Good morning. I am not going to defend myself at all. I am going to tell you that everything that I've said from the beginning has stayed the same because it's the truth.
Okay, that was Quinton Simon's babysitter. Everyone, please go over to TikTok and watch her videos, follow her, and follow her backup account because she is speaking out finally. And what she has to say about what may have happened to Quinton is pretty upsetting. But folks are trying to shut her down, so please go support her. Her name is Diana McCarta. She's 47, and she is speaking out to Fox News Digital about the things she witnessed that went on with Quinton and his siblings. So this new article from Fox News, missing toddler Quinton Simon may have drowned in family pool, gives us insight into, unfortunately, the negligence that Quinton experienced. An instance where he and his brother were found near a busy road and by themselves, a 20-month-old and a 3-year-old in a swimming pool. It's reminding me of the Casey Anthony case every day. The article speaks about how we know Quinton is a 20-month-old, so yes, the 1-year-old, almost 2-year-old, vanished from his Savannah home on October 5th. Police have named his mom, 22-year-old Leilani Simon, as their primary suspect in whatever happened to Quinton, and he's probably not alive anymore. Listen to this exclusive. Quinton Simon's babysitter exclusively told Fox Digital News that she found Quinton, the boy, and his toddler brother alone in the family's pool over the summer, and now she suspects that the missing boy may have drowned. She kind of has that theory in common with Quinton's grandmother, Billie Joe Howell. Now, Billie Joe Howell famously went after Diana one day in an argument that was caught on camera, with Billie Joe lashing out and blaming Diana for allegedly taking Quinton. It seems like Leilani and Billie Joe have that in common. They want to blame everyone but themselves for Quinton's demise. Diana went on to tell Fox News Digital, "I felt the whole time that this has happened, that Quinton got out and maybe got into the pool. That's my feelings all along because his older brother can open the door, and they've gone out before." This older brother, I will not say his name, even though other publications have said his name. Other publications are naming Quinton's siblings, a young sister and an older brother. However, I hear that Quinton's family allegedly is striking out at any YouTubers who say Quinton's siblings' names or publish their photos, as if that's what they're really worried about right now. But more on that perhaps later. I might make a separate video about that whole deal. You saw my community post, you know that's why I made my previous video about the case private on YouTube, but you can check out the link below and watch it on Facebook. I don't really think that's their concern, especially when you see the neglect that the children experienced. Diana said they were dirty. We fed them good because they were always hungry. Definitely there was neglect there. Thank the Lord that Diana was at least there for the children for 9 months. Authorities have named the child's mother, Leilani Simon, 22, as the prime suspect, and her 2 other children. There's a 6-month-old little girl, I'll call her, and a 3-year-old older brother. They were placed in foster care. Those kids at least are out of harm's way, and too bad Quinton couldn't be out of harm's way as well. They also linked to a previous article where Quinton Simon's mom was off having shots and flirting with the bar staff off in Tybee Island while authorities are searching a landfill for her 20-month-old son. They show this beautiful photo, a portrait of Quinton Simon's babysitter, Diana McCarta, next to a photo of Quinton in the family's pool. Now, we know this pool has been the subject of a search. It may have been the first couple of days when pretty soon after Quinton went missing, we saw authorities in there going through the pool, draining it, gathering any evidence. McCarta believes the missing 1-year-old may have drowned. McCarta, who had been watching Leilani's 3 children for about 9 months before Quinton's disappearance, the babysitter said that her own 16-year-old daughter had found Quinton and his 3-year-old brother alone in the family's full-size backyard swimming pool over the summer. The children cannot swim, it says. So Quinton, can you imagine only a 20-month-old and a 3-year-old? You find those two little boys alone in a full-sized backyard swimming pool? It's bad enough even if they were out there without any swimming pool or just even a kiddie pool. We know unattended children can drown in an inch of water. Diana said, I go down there and they was in the pool and we got them out. Leilani was sleeping. So indeed, what Billy Joe thought when she was recorded without her knowledge, talking to Quinton's dad, she said, well, maybe Leilani and her boyfriend were high or something and passed out, and maybe Quinton drowned in the bathtub. In the meantime, Diana, the babysitter, told Fox News Digital it was scary. I bet. I thank God she found them then. I'm not sure what type of child services reports were put through for these kids in the past. We know a lot of that stuff would be under wraps and private, but I really wish someone could have intervened before Quinton went missing. After Quinton went missing, authorities drained the pool to look for the child, and they have this beautiful photo of Quinton. He looks even younger, and he has like little monkey floaties or something. It says, missing Georgia boy, Quinton Simon, splashing around in the family pool. His babysitter believes he may have drowned. Macarta, who has 6 kids of her own, said that Leilani's kids were not well cared for. This almost makes you want to cry. She said, every time they come over here, we bathed them. They were dirty. We fed them good because they were always hungry. Now this sitter lives across the street. Definitely there was neglect there, she said. And this pool incident was not the only time the toddlers had wandered off. A month ago, Macarta says she found Quinton and his 3-year-old brother playing alone in a ditch 2 feet from the busy roadway in front of Leilani's home. We've seen that roadway on that street, that infamous street, and the house is looking like the Amityville Horror to me now. We know there's protesters out there, and imagine the kids, 2 little kids, just feet away from that busy street, unattended. So Macarta said it was also strange that Quinton didn't often want to leave her house. Now that also made me almost want to cry. She said sometimes Quinton would cry when he had to go with his mom. So even though the babysitter had 6 kids of her own and she's trying to help with these other 3 kids that aren't hers, and Quinton didn't even want to go with his mom. He cried. He didn't want to go home. Leilani and her boyfriend, who is the father of the little baby, his name is Daniel Youngkin, lived with Leilani, her mom, Billy Joe. I believe Billy Joe's boyfriend, husband lived there too. But anyway, Billy Joe has custody of the kids. Fox says Billy Joe has a lengthy rap sheet. She was granted custody after the court determined that her daughter Leilani, quote, is a chronic, unrehabilitated substance abuser of coke and cannabis. So those are the court documents. They give a general view of the house in Savannah where Leilani lives, and we know that has been the primary setting of what may have happened to Quinton. Leilani is on probation for shoplifting, admitting to using coke, and testing positive for the drug at the birth of one of her kids. It's really troubling. Billy had left town earlier when Quinton went missing earlier that week, so she left the kids alone with Leilani. On October 5th at 5:20 a.m., Leilani told the babysitter in a text that she would not be dropping off the kids. Now, it's confusing on whether it was Leilani or her boyfriend who was texting the sitter at that point. Diana said that about 8:40 a.m., Daniel asked the babysitter, "Have you seen Quinton?" So that was about 8:40 a.m. Later that same morning, Leilani finally reported Quinton missing around 9:40 a.m., even though Daniel was allegedly the last person to see him around 6 a.m. Police and the FBI have interviewed Diana, the babysitter. They searched her trash cans. Diana and her family are heartbroken. She speaks with true care about Quinton. She says he's a loving baby. We're just praying every day. We're praying he's found and he's found safe. So now now, again, they are into a third week of searching for Quinton. They've been sifting through the landfill. They haven't found him as of this recording, Friday, October 28th. Chatham County Police have called the search the most massive undertaking ever for our department, and it is huge. Boy, I hope they find him. We're going to finish listening to a bit of what the babysitter has to say on TikTok because I believe her. I believe she's telling the truth. Her story hasn't changed. She's opening up more despite all this drama and evil attempting to attack her. That's why I want to see her get her TikTok restored, her abilities to go live, and all of that. I think she's telling the truth, and some people are trying to fight against that, but God will win. 1 Peter 4:14, if you are insulted and reviled for bearing the name of Christ, you are blessed, happy, with life, joy, and comfort in God's salvation, regardless of your circumstances, because the Spirit of glory and of God is resting on you and indwelling you. He whom they curse, you glorify. So people can try and battle against the truth and battle against whatever with their evil ways, but you'll hear the babysitter speak out about it. And again, check all the links below to find her TikToks and my previous video about it and all of Diana's info, because I'm grateful she has spoken out. May God be with her.
I never seen abuse with these kids as far as hitting. I seen 2 bruises, and I couldn't tell you if they hit him or not. It could have been an accident by them falling. But I can tell you that I never had keys to their house. I wouldn't want to have keys to their house. The lies that are being told by this family to YouTubers will all come out. The truth will come out. They will be exposed. And I pray for people that talk about a situation that they don't know about, and then add their own twist to it, because none of this is true. It's literally lies. And it's sickening how people can try to make money by lying on other people. Like, it's very sickening. But I am a firm believer what we do in this life, good or bad, comes back to us. And it will come back to them. But on a positive note, I am still praying for Quinton. We still love Quinton. I'm not going to talk about this situation anymore because it stresses me out. It is overwhelming a lot. But I'm just done. Thank you all for the positivity. No negativity on my page. Somebody is watching my page and reporting back to these YouTubers, but I don't care because I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to change in my story. And it's not a story, it's the truth. But there is, I have reported certain YouTubers, and you can get in trouble for some of the things that's being said. Now, I said some of these YouTubers are evil and mean because they are. They're spreading lies, and they don't even know. They just believe the person that is also a liar. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Let's all stand together and pray for Quinton as well. Thank you all, and God bless. And I can't go live. I made a backup account, and they wanted to shut me up, and that's just the devil. But I did make a backup account, and if I get 1,000 followers, then I can go live again. But y'all have a wonderful day. God bless.